Hey, how you doing, folks? It's DecepySwag, and boy oh boy, what a time to be an SNK fan, and more specifically, a Fatal Fury fan. The Evo showcase for Fatal Fury State of Wolves just wrapped up, and there were a lot, and I mean a lot of big news to come from that event. But before we dive into that, if you've been enjoying the content, then please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and don't forget to tap that bell icon. Now with that out of the way, let's get to it. First, let's talk about the matches. If you don't know, this was a team setting being 4v4 with 8 matches, 4 being team picks where the captains picked who they wanted to go up to play and represent them, and the other 4 being viewer picks, where the viewers could type a number for a certain matchup, which, by the way, that was a really dope thing for them to come up with, having the chat vote on matchups. Hopefully this thing becomes popular in other events. The captains were SNK legend ET and Street Fighter GOAT Mina RD, and the pool of players being Cuddlecore, Diaphone, Nitro, Riddles, Smug, and Violet Kane. A wider range of players spanning from different fighters like Tekken, Granblue, Smash Bros, Strive, Street Fighter, and King of Fighters. Besides showing these great players of different backgrounds having a dope time with Fatal Fury, it also gave us a great look at a lot of the characters we haven't seen in a while, like Marco, Gato, Dong Huang, along with the newest characters Ronaldo, Salvatore, and of course Hokutomaru, rounding out the base roster. Sure, they may not all have been hitting super crazy combos and being optimal, but for what we did see them do, the game still looked fun to watch, so just imagine this game at tournaments. Big shout out to everyone that participated in the team battle. Everyone seemed to be having a good time, and overall just great vibes. Now, when it comes to the game itself, the devs from SNK came down to New York City and were actually there in person with everyone. Crispy Kaiser, game designer, Hayato Konya, the director of Fatal Fury, and of course, Yasuyuki Oda, the producer for Fatal Fury. Which, let's just address that. Them mingling with everyone and being a part of the event is nice. Not to mention the jackets they had on. Man, them jackets are clean. I need to cop them ASAP, or SNK, you can always send your boy one, do a little review. Just saying. But let's get to the reason they were there. Up first, let's talk about Hokutomaru's trailer. He looks dope as hell. Redesign looks fantastic, and personally I'm glad they updated his look and he isn't running around as the wild monkey boy anymore. It made sense back in GAROU, seeing as he was fresh out the mountains running around training with Andy and stuff. But now, Hokuto is older, he's a teenager, and according to his bio on the site, it seems like he's been living in Southtown with Terry ever since Rock left with Kane. So of course he gets some new threads. Which, by the way, real quick on the topic of new threads, or in this regard, potential threads, SNK, please give us those designs as costumes for Hokuto. If you didn't get a chance to see the designs they worked on his potential look, I'll throw them up on the screen. These designs are fantastic, and again, makes me angry just how much they cooked with these. It reminds me of the other designs for characters they've made before that make me go, yo, just give us this as costumes. On Twitter, folks were going crazy over these sketches, so again, SNK, if you're watching, you got all of us excited. We will gladly give you our money. Give us these designs as costumes, please. Watching the matches from the event with folks using him gives me the confidence to say that Hokuto just might have some of the coolest combos in the entire roster. Again, keep in mind this is before the game is even out, and I'm sure our participants, as talented as they are, didn't have a ton of time to practice or even really know how to play the game. But again, just from seeing the sets with him, yeah, he looks great and rounds out the final character in the base roster. Next, we have some info that was presented to us by the devs, and the first being a new mode for the game, and that being the return of the Fatal Fury classic, Lane Battles, aka the Lane system. For those that don't know, at a point in time in the Fatal Fury franchise, it highlighted and stood out from its competitor Street Fighter in a multitude of ways, one of which being their lane system. Essentially, you could fight in regular POV, but you would have the ability to jump into the background and fight as well. If you ever played the Naruto Ultimate Ninja games, then you'll understand what I mean. Just like in those games, you could jump back and forth from the background into the foreground. And before anyone watching worries, no, this isn't going to be the standard mode of the game. This isn't going to be how everything will be in the future. It's more of an add-on mode, meaning you have the option to play in that mode, which is cool. A nice nod and respect to the history of the franchise. It will be available on launch, including trainer mode, and also there will be lane switching combos built into it as well, meaning there will be lane combo specific things we'll be able to pull off. Also, not to forget, they said that there will be more lane battle stages coming in the future as well, so look forward to that. Following that announcement, they also talked about the Jukebox mode, and this one right here piqued my interest because I joked on stream and said, imagine they say, hey, we added every song on here we ever made. And SNK actually did that. Folks, they announced that for the Jukebox, it would include every single track from not just the Fatal Fury franchise, but also the Art of Fighting series as well. In total, that's 390 songs, and that's all on launch. And then they said that the list will be updated with even more music in the future. That's crazy, because including the 19 special tracks from the 11 DJ collaborations with Salvatore, that racks up to about 409 songs. So hell, by the end of this game lifespan, we might hit about half a thousand tracks. On Twitter, I tweeted out my excitement for this because, you know, your boy loves music and games, and if you watch my videos, I like to think I'd be having some fire songs in the background. But some folks wondered what all could they add. And I saw someone hoping that maybe this means they could add songs from Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, some KOF titles maybe, and other SNK games. Personally, I'm hoping they could also include the arranged versions of these songs as well, or even songs from Fatal Fury OVAs and other animated stuff they did over the years. All in all, this definitely caught me by surprise and I'm looking forward to it. Also, they mentioned that between the first and second beta, there were over 4.5 million matches, so shout out to everyone that played those betas. Definitely helped SNK improve their netcode and matchmaking. Finally, we get to the big announcement, the one that had everyone, and including myself, going absolutely insane from hearing this. That for Fatal Fury Sea of the Wolves, not only is SNK planning on bringing back characters from GAROU, so Jae-hoon and us Freeman fans rejoice, but that's not all. They are planning on bringing back most of the characters from the series. Again, most of the characters from the entire Fatal Fury franchise. And mind you, it'll be of course be popular characters and stuff people want. So no, they aren't going to put every single character that was ever in a Fatal Fury game in Sea of the Wolves. With that being said though, if you were bummed about Ronaldo and Salvatore characters being included, then hopefully this news remedies that situation for you or make you feel a bit better. Of course, after this announcement, I was extremely petty and went on Twitter, and you can't really blame me. I was having folks call me all kinds of names and stuff ever since the Salvatore reveal, so I decided to just wait instead of making a video on the subject. And look how the tables have turned. Jokes aside though, this is amazing news. All of it. Like Kaiser said during the event, this is shaping up to be the Fatal Fury experience, and I can only wonder what else they got planned. Remember, we still haven't seen anything around the story mode. But with that comes the end of my video and my favorite part, where I get to ask you all my favorite question. And that's, what are your thoughts? Did you watch the matches? What did you think of Marco, Don Juan, Gatso, Ronaldo, and Salvatore? Thoughts on the lane system coming back, the Jukebox Mega Music Library, and also what are your thoughts on the bomb of an announcement about the Fatal Fury characters from across the franchise coming to City of the Wolves? Comment down below and I'll try to get back to you. Till next time, I'm DecepySwag. Later.